Hi. I want to have a heart-to-heart about fears. I'm gonna share with you my fears, and I hope that you get to think about your own fears. And what better time than now? I have some regular ones, like thalassophobia, which is a fear of deep dark water. I can thank my active imagination for that. You know, like seeing monsters in the dark, only it's in water. It's a big megalodon or some ancient sleeping demigod, you know. Totally irrational. Oceans are actually very beautiful, and they're really essential for the life on this planet. I'll get over it. I don't like spiders. If I would see one suddenly, I would let out not so manly scream. But if somebody would dare me to pick one up, then I could, which is weird. All spiders are venomous, but rarely dangerous to humans. In Europe and North America, there are no species that could kill a human. Mosquitoes are many times more dangerous to humans than spiders. And spiders usually only bite when they're trapped, so just know which ones to avoid when you're visiting Africa or Australia or whatever. Otherwise, they're really harmless. Now, stage fright. Oh God. I've stepped in front of a big crowd now so many times, but still my stomach every time keeps me running to the bathroom and back. I usually rehearse for days before a big presentation, but still, once I remember losing my train of thought so hard that I froze for what seemed like a minute and just staring at the crowd. But later, some of my friends who were in the crowd said that they didn't notice anything strange. So people are so self-absorbed, so usually they don't even notice these things about others. So you shouldn't worry about these things. I shouldn't worry about these things. Happens. But one would hope that it would get easier in time. But nope, it doesn't, which is awesome, because one of my dreams is to give a TED Talk. Getting nervous already. But I guess it's good nerves. What I'm trying to say is that we gotta face our fears. Otherwise, fears keep us stuck and from living our life to the fullest. Did you think about your fears? Could you name one fear that you could overcome with only your willpower alone? Or, you know, somebody would give you $100. Anyway, what I actually wanted to talk to you about was body image. Well, I'm just gonna say it. I am scared to lose my hair. Well, I was actually for a long time. I think it sucks that some DNA code decides to take your hair from here and put it in here. Like, what the? As a kid, I loved Antonio Banderas in the movie Desperado. I even learned how to play guitar. And I grew my hair long because of him. I was looking good. But then one day, when I was about 16, I noticed in a mirror my receding hairline. I was devastated. I didn't want to go from this to this. Immediately, I wanted to put a stop to this. I cut my hair short. I was taking pills. I was using oils. I was praying. Whatever. But you can't beat the damn code. Science. My self-esteem dropped like a feather in a vacuum, which is the same speed as everything else in a vacuum, fast and hard. Nothing helped. But then suddenly, a decade of mental torture later, I realized that it's only a fear of not being accepted. And this fear can be crippling, but I believe that it can be beaten. This video might seem a bit bland compared to my other videos, because I don't want to use any fancy edits or make a lot of jokes, because I think body image is a quite serious and a painful subject to a lot of people. And I'm not only going to talk about male pattern baldness as well. There are so many people out there who have crippling self-esteem issues. I have met quite a lot of people in my life that have actually shared about their fears with me. I'm not going to be naming any names, but I just want to give you a couple of examples that people have shared with me. I knew this guy in school. He had everything going for him. He was smart, he was physically strong, he was good looking, he was funny, he had rich parents, but he was short. He was like 5'3" or 160 centimeters. You could literally see him die inside when they placed him at the end of the row in the gym class. I can always shave my head, grow a beard and build some muscle and look like a Viking. But him, we weren't that close and I've lost contact with him many years ago. But I hope you're doing okay, man. Later on in the army, I met many lads with broken self-esteem. There was a lot of time to talk and just open up, and so they did. One of the main problems that I think guys have, and girls as well, is the size of their bits. You know, here and well, down there. Boy, it can really mess with your mental health when you're young. You are in your early 20s and your pheromones are raging, and you always have this doubt in the back of your mind, thinking whether your partner can accept you with your shortcomings or living up to these standards of average of sizes and ideals of beauty. There was another guy who was really into ladies, you know, a real stag. During one outdoor exercise, he literally broke his front tooth in half. And I later on found him actually crying. I asked him what's wrong. And he honestly, hand to God, he honestly said that he can't go to nightclubs anymore and pick up girls. A month later, his tooth was fixed, it was good as new, and he tried to forget the incident. But the mental strain of not looking good anymore really like broke him. It really broke him for a while. I hate to think what would happen if we didn't have this dental practice. Jesus. As long as I've lived, I've noticed that everybody, absolutely everybody, feel a bit uncomfortable in their bodies. A big mole in a weird place, bad acne, bad skin, too short, too skinny, too fat, weird shape of face, weird looking hair, no hair, crooked teeth, bad breath or bad odor, big nose, big ears, funny sounding voice, or you know, uncomfortable feeling without any visible physical flaws, or the combination of all of these. Or you've drawn a really bad card and you were born blind or deaf or without arms or legs. Some of these are worse than others, and I bet a few of you are thinking that I would rather have crooked teeth than no arms, right? The power of perspective. Okay? And a lot of these can actually be fixed with time and money nowadays. Yay, science. But almost everybody in the world struggles with their body image. Even celebrities who are seemingly perfect have confessed about their mental health. If you Google, you can find some more examples. But what are we going to do here? We all want to feel confident and capable in our bodies. Our bodies should be extensions for us to experience this magical, magnificent life with, not obstacles or breaks that cause us, you know, mental pain and hardship. But this body is the one that you're stuck with. You can blame your parents, your genes, the gods, or whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna tell you that you are not a human living a spiritual experience. You are a spirit having a human experience. Blah blah blah. If you have acne, then that sucks. Period. I don't understand why science hasn't found a way to remove acne without, you know, million precise little steps. If you're short, then there even isn't a cream out there that could fix that problem. You know? Damn it, science! It sucks. It sucks. It causes us psychological pain. But it all comes down to one thing. The fear of not being good enough. Fear that some group of people out there with their seemingly perfect skin and seemingly flawless features might not accept you for who you are with your flaws. And you know what? They probably aren't. But let me ask you this. Do you even want to fit in a group that only cares about superficial looks? Are you really only just your nose or your boob size? Or are you really just the number of your height or the amount of hairs on your body or your head? Or are you a limitless intellect with complex, compassionate life goals, with so much more to offer than just good looks? There are millions of beautiful people out there with ugly hearts, thinking that looks is everything, only to find out something called aging. And if good looks is the only really interesting thing about you, then damn. Look, I understand that a lot of us have our idols. God knows, I have a few. But do we really want to be someone else? Do we want to really live someone else's life? Or do you want to be the best you? There are mean people out there, especially now with social media, with clever filters, expensive makeup, expensive clothes, expensive locations and awesome lighting. You can't compete with that. And you shouldn't even compete with that. That selfie culture, the suicide rate has gone up thanks to these filters. And what for? But I get it. It is normal to want to see other people's flaws, because it kind of reminds us that we are not the only ones with flaws, you know. It reassures us that we're not alone. And I admit, I pretty much always remove pimples with Photoshop when I do my thumbnails, but I always wonder like why? Who cares? But I am doing that consciously, and I'm not allowing that to affect my mental health. Whatever. Do this every time you feel down about your mental health and your body image. Just like overcoming any fear, you have to pause and breathe. Focus on what you're feeling. Focus on the dark spot that creates your pain. Now focus on your heart. All the power comes from the heart. Now focus on something good about your body. Feel the love and compassion about the good part of your body. Then expand that feeling of unconditional love all over your body, and especially to that dark spot. You have to accept yourself. You have to love this body that you have. Otherwise, what's the point in living in misery? And then surround yourself with people who care about you, not the way you look. What really helped me was the realization that nobody is perfect. Everybody else sucks too, you know. And people who only care about superficial looks have lots of other issues, and I kind of pity them. I am so lucky that I have found my wife who really loves me for me, and that I have a normal, respectful, honest bunch of friends that don't care about any of that, stuff. There are people out there who will love you for you, who don't care about that funny looking mole on your nose, whatever. So conclusion is, for the body image, is that you gotta find and surround yourself with a group of people who love you for you. And you also gotta have to love yourself for you. Find those good parts about you, and that's the key. That's how this fear has no more power. I hope my words reach you. I hope you think about your fears, and I hope that your mental wounds begin to heal, no matter how big or small. Because at the end of the day, we're all just perfect imperfections. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your bodies. Have a great time.